Hi everyone. Hope you all are good. We are here for grade 5 maths. So you can find all the lessons on aplusstudents.com. You have to log in there using your email address and password is provided by the administrator. Then you have to select math from the subject tab. Scroll down to grade 5 maths and then click on view all lessons. There you can find a list of the chapters. So we're going to start with the chapter multiply fractions, and the lessons we're going to cover today are multiply fractions by whole numbers using models, multiply fractions by whole numbers set 2, multiply fractions in whole numbers sorting, and multiples of the fraction. So let's just start with the first lesson, that is multiply fractions by whole numbers using model. Here I'm on grade 5 maths. The chapter name is multiply fractions. So here is the lesson, multiply fractions by whole numbers using models. So let's just start with the lesson. So which model represent the product 3 times 2 by 4? So you're given two of the sets. You need to see which one represents 3 times 2 over 4. Got it? So the product 3 times 2 by 4 means 3 groups of 2 by 4. Got it? 3 groups of 2 by 4, and 2 by 4 means total portions are 4 and 4 out of 2 are colored. So just look at the first one. There are 3 shapes in the model. Each shape shows 1 out of 4, just one portion is colored out of 4. So the first model shows 3 times 1 over 4. Got it? Now just look at the second one. There are 3 shapes in the model, and each shape shows 2 out of 4. You can see 2 of the portions are colored out of 4. So that means this group represents 3 times 2 over 4. So that means option number 2 is the correct option. Okay, let's just start with the practice questions. Okay, the first one is which model represents the product 3 times 5 over 9? So 3 times 5 over 9 means the total shapes are 3, and the total portions are 9, and out of the 9, 5 of them are colored. So if you see the first one, you have 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 4 shapes. We need the one that has 3. Just look at the second one, 1, 2, 3. So this one is the 3. Here is 3 shapes. Now see if they have 9 portions, and out of the 9, 5 are colored. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9 portions, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 are colored. That means option number 2 is the correct option. They are 3 times 5 over 9. Option number 1 is the correct option. The green one is the correct option. Okay, which model represents the product of 4 times 2 over 5? 4. So 4 times 2 over 5 means you have total 4 shapes, and the 4 shape out and all the 4 shapes have 5 portions, and out of the 5, 2 of them are colored. Correct? So just look at the one which is the correct option. Option 1 or option 2. So just look at the first one. 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 4 shapes, and they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 portions, and out of the 5, 2 of them are colored. So that means that is the correct option. You have 4 shapes, and all the four shapes have five portions, and out of the five, two of them are colored. So that means the blue one is the correct option. So that would be the second one. Option two is the correct option. Okay, which model represents the product 4 times 2 over 4? So 4 times 2 over 4 means you have 4 you have 4 shapes, and out of the four shapes have four portions, and out of the four shapes just two of them are colored. So which is the correct option? Here is the mistake in the question, because you can see all the four portions are colored, or for both of them all the four portions are colored, but the second one has one, two, three, four. But here is the mistake, all the four are colored, so it would be second option. Got it? But here is a mistake. Okay, which model represents three which model represents the product 3 times 2 over 4? If you already know the answer, you can just write down the answer in the chat box. Okay, 3 times 2 over 4 means you have three shapes, and all the three shapes have four portions, and out of the four portions just two of them are colored. So which one? You can see the first one, one, two, three. You have three shapes, but they have just one portion colored out of the four, but we need the one that has two portions colored. So it would be this one is the correct option. You can see two of the portions are colored, so yes, that would be option number one. Very good, Ella. That would be option number one. Okay, 3 times 2 over 8, which is the correct option, A or B? 3 times 2 over 8 means you must have three shapes, and they have eight, all the three shapes have eight portions, and out of the eight portions, two of them are colored. So which is the correct option? Again, here is a mistake. You can see the second option basically is the correct one. You have three shapes. All the three shapes have eight portions, but the mistake is all the eight portions are colored. Got it? So that would be the sec B option is the correct one, but here the mistake, all the portions are colored. Got it, everyone? Okay. Which model represents the product 4 times 5 by 9? So which is the correct option? 4 times 5 over 9 means you have four shapes, and all the shapes have nine portions, and out of the nine, five of them are colored. So which is the correct option? You can see the first one, one, two, three, four. They are four shapes. They have one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine portions, and out of the nine, five are colored. So that means the correct option is the one that has the yellow color. So the second option would be the correct option. Okay, which model represents 2 times 5 out of 6? So which is the correct option? There is a mistake in the color. You can select any, leave it. Okay, let's just move on to the next lesson. We're going to start with the next lesson. So if you need more help with the lesson, you can contact any tutor on the Skype. They are available from Monday to Friday, 5 to 9. So let's just start with the next one. The next one is multiply fractions by whole numbers set 2. So let's just start with the second one. Okay. So we are going to multiply the whole number by the fraction. So let's just start with the first one, that is 3 times 3 over 8. So how do we multiply a fraction and a whole number? Okay, so it is 3 times 3 over 8. Okay, so you need to do 3 times 3 over 8. So basically, you need to multiply numerator time numerator and denominator time denominator. So you don't have denominator. That this is basically a whole number. 3 is the whole number, and 3 by 8 is the fraction. That mean it doesn't have any new denominator. That mean it the denominator is 1. So it would be 3 over 1 times 3 over 8. So you need to do numerator time numerator and denominator time denominator. So basically, you need to do 3 times 3 and divided by 8 times 1. Got it? So 3 times 1 is 3 and 8 times 1 is 8. So the answer is 3 times 3 is 9 and 8 times 1 is 8. So it would be 9 over 8. Got it? 9 is greater than denominator. So you can divide it by the 8. So it would be 1 whole 1 over 8. Let's just start with the practice questions. Okay, the next one is multiply, simplify your answer and write it as a proper fraction or as a whole or mixed number. It would be 8 over 9 times 7. So I don't know what's wrong with the pen. Okay, we'll fix it later. Let me. Okay, so you need to do numerator time numerator and denominator time denominator. You don't have any denominator for 7. That means it would be 1. So you can do 7 times 8. 7 times 8 is 56 and you have 56 over 9. So you need to divide 56 by 9. So let's just try if it would be 56 divided by 9. But we can now you have to count 9 until 56. So it would be 9 times 6 is 54. Yes, you can go for 9 times 6, 54. So it would be 6 whole 2 over 9. Option number 2 is the correct option. Okay, the next one is 3 over 8 times 3. So you need to do numerator and denominator time denominator. So you need to do 3 times 3 and 8 times 1. So 3 times 3 is 9. So it would be 9 over 8. So you have to divide 8 by 9. So 8 times 1 is 8 and you have 1 remainder. So it would be 1 whole 1 over 8. Option number 2 is the correct option. Okay, the next one is 3 times 1 over 2. So you need to do 3 times 1 and you have to divide it by the 2. So 3 times 1 is 3 and 3 divided by 2. So you have to do 2 times 1 is 2 and you have 1 remainder. So it would be 1 whole 1 over 2. The correct option is option number 1. It is 1 whole 1 over 2. Okay, the next one is 1 by 6 times 7. So you have to do 7 times 1 and then you have to divide it by the 6. So 7 times 1 is 7 and 7 divided by 6. 7 is greater than 6. So you can divide 7 by 6. 7 times 1 is 7 and you have 1 remainder. So it would be 1 whole 1 over 6. The correct option is 1 whole 1 over 6. The correct option is option number 1. Okay, the next one is 1 by 4 times 3. So you have to do numerator time numerator and denominator time denominator. So it would be 3 times 1 divided by 4. 3 times 1 is 3 times 1 is 3. So it would be 3 over 4. The correct option is 3 over 4. Second one is the correct option. Okay, the next one is 8 times 3 over 7. So you need to do numerator time numerator and denominator time denominator. So 8 times 3 is 24 and you have to divide 24 by 7. So 7 times you need to count 7 until 24. So 7 times 3 is 24. So it would be 3 whole 3 over 7. The correct option is 3 whole 3 over 7. That would be option number 1. Okay, the next one is 9 times 3 over 10. Okay, so it would be you need to do numerator time numerator and denominator time denominator. So 9 times 3 is 27. So it would be 27 over 10. So when you divide 27 by 10, 10 times 2 is 20 and you have 7 as a remainder. So it would be 2 whole 7 over 10. Option number 1 is the correct option. Okay, the next one is 2 by 3 times 10. 10 times 2 is 20 and 20 divided by 3 equals, you need to count 3 until 20. So 3 times 10 times 2 is 10 times 2 is 20 and 20 divided by 3. So it would be 3 times 6 is 18 and you have 2 as a remainder. So it would be 6 whole 2 over 3. The second option is the correct one. Okay, the next one is 2 times 4 over 5. So 5 times 4, 4 times 2 is 8. So it would be 8 over 5. So when you divide 8 by 5, 5 times 1 is 5 and you have 3 a remainder. So it would be 1 whole 3 over 5. Option number 1 is the correct option. Okay, the next one is 3 times 7 over 8. So it would be 7 times 3 is 21. So it would be 21 over 8. You need to count 8 until 21. 7 times 3 is 21 and 21 divided by 8. So you can go for 8 times 2 is 16. So it would be 2 whole 5 over 8. So it would be 2 whole 5 over 8. Okay, you can complete the test by yourself later today. Let me just move on to the next lesson. And the next lesson is multiply fractions and whole numbers sorting. Okay, in each product, is each product less than 1, equal to 1, or greater than 1? So basically, you are given three fractions, you have to multiply, and then you need to see which one is less than 1, which one is equal to 1, and which one is greater than 1. Okay, so let's just start multiply the first fraction. 1 times 1 is 1, so it would be 1 over 2. 1 over 2 is 0 0.5. It would be less than 1. The first one is less than 1. Hold on, let me just. It would be 1 over 2. Okay, the second one is 2 times 3 is 6, and 6 over 4 is 6 over 4 is greater than 2. The second one is greater than 2. Now just look at the third one. 1 times 1 is 1, and 1 over 3, so it would be 1 over 3 is again less than 1. So the first and the last one is less than 1, and the second one is greater than 1. Let's just start with the test questions. Okay, you have 5 times 2 over 3, 1 by 4 times 1, and 4 times 1 over 4. So 5 times 2 is 10, and 10 divided by 3 is 3 whole something. So it would be greater than 1. 5 whole 2 by 3 is greater than 1. Then you have 1 times 1 over 4. 1 over 4 is less than 1. The second one is in the first box. And 4 times 1 by 4, 4 and 4 cancel out, and you're left with just 1. So it is the second option. The first one is in the third box because it is greater than 1. The second one is in the first box because it is less than 1. And 4 times 1 by 4 is in the second box because it is equal to 1. Got it? Let's just move on to the next question. Okay, 5 times 3 is 15. 15 over 4. So it is greater than 1. Got it? That means the first one goes in the third box. So 2 times 1 is 2 over 3. That means that would be the less than 1. It goes in the first box. And 3 times 1 by 4 is also less than 1. So the second and third goes in the first box, and the first one goes in the third box. Okay, the next one is 1 times 1 over 2. That would be less than 1. So it goes in the first box. 2 times 3 is 6, 6 by 4. It would be greater than 1. Whenever numerator is greater than denominator, that means the answer must be greater than 1. Got it? So 2 times 3 is 6, 6 by 4. 6 is greater than 4. Numerator is greater than denominator. So it must be greater than 1. And 1 times 1 by 3 is again 1 times 1 by 3 is again less than 1. So the first First one goes in the first box, second one goes in the second box, and the third one also goes in the first box because first one and third one are less than one, so they do both are in the first box. Okay, 3 times 2 is 6, 6 over 3. That it must be greater than 1 because numerator is greater than denominator. Then 4 times 2 is 8 over 4. Also, it is a greater than 1 because numerator is greater than 1. And 4 and 4 got cancelled out. You are left with 1. That means the first 2 is in the last box, and the first 2 is in the last box, and the third one is in the second one. So first one in the third box, second one in the third box, and third one in the second box. Option number 1 is the correct option. Okay, the next one is for the 1 by 4 times 4. 4 and 4 got cancelled out. You are left with 1. The first one is in the second box because it is equal to 1. The second one is greater than 1. It would be in the third box. And 5 times 3 is 15. 15 by 4. The third one is the greater than 1. So that means the first one is in the first box and second and third in the third box. Oh, second and third in the second box. So option number 2 is the correct option. Okay. Is okay, 4 times 1 by 4. 4 times 1 is 4. So 4 over 3, it would be greater than 1. So it would be in the last third box. The first one is in the third box. The second one is equal to 1. It would be in the no, the 4 times it would be 1 over 4. 1 over 4 is less than 1. So it would be in the first box. And the third one is equal to 1. It would be in the second box. So option number 1 is the correct option. Okay, the next one is 1 over 3 times 3. So 3 and 3 got cancelled out. You are left with just 1. It would be equal to 1. The first one is in the second box. Okay, 1 over 2 is less than 1. It would be in the first box. And it would be greater than 1. It would be in the third box. So option number 2 is the correct option. Okay, the next one is 3 and 3 got cancelled out. You are left with 1. Okay, that's the one. Okay, 1 times 1 by 2 is 1 by 2, and 1 by 2 is less than 1, so it would be in first box. The second one is 3 times 1 is 3. 3 over 4, it would be less than 1. It would be in the first box. And 3 and 3 got cancelled out. You are left with 1. It would be in the second box. So that is like option number 2. First and second one in the first box, and the third one in the second box because it is equal to 1. Okay. Let's just move on to the next lesson. We're done with the lesson. Let's just move on to the next lesson. Okay, the next one is multiples of fractions. So let's just start with the complete the multiplication sentence. You have to find complete the multiplication sentence. 7 over 9 equals the missing number times 1 over 9. So you need to find a number that when multiplied by 1 by 9 makes 7. Got it? So you already have 1 over 9. So 1 times what number makes 7? 1 times 7 makes 7. That means the missing number is 7. That is an easier way to solve these questions. 7 times 1 is 7. That means the missing number is 7. Let's just start with the test questions. Okay. 2 over 3 equals the missing number times 1 over 3. You already have missing number written. So 1 by 3 times what number? 1 by 3 times 1 times what number makes 2? 1 times 2 makes 2. That means the missing number is 2. So it would be 2 over 3. Okay, 3 by 6 equals 1 times 3 makes 3. So it would be 1 times 3 makes 3. So it would be 3. That means the missing number is 3. Here you have 3 by 6, and here you need to find 1 times what number makes 6, because you already have denominator here. So 1 times 3 is 3. That means the missing number is 3. Okay, then next one is 6 by 8 equals the missing number times 1 over 8. So it would be 6 times 1 is 6. So it would be 6 over 8. That means the missing number is 6. 4 by 5 times 1 over 5. So the missing number is, that means the missing number is 4, because 4 times 1 is 4. So it would be 4. The missing number is 4. Okay, the next one is 5 by 7 equals the missing number times 1 over 7. So which is the correct option? 5 times 1 is 5. That means the missing number is 5. Okay, the next one is 7 by 9 times 7 by 9 equals the missing number times 1 over 9. So you already have denominator. So 7 times 1 is 7. That means the missing number is 7. It would be 7 over 9. Okay, the next one is 8 over 9 equals the missing number times 1 over 9. So 1 times what number is 8? 1 times 8 is 8. That means the missing number is 8. So it would be 8 over 9. Okay, the next one is 4 over 8 equals the missing number times 1 over 8. So which is the correct option? 1 times what number is 8? 1 times 8 is 8. That means the sorry, 1 times what number is 4? Because numerator is 4, you need to make the numerator. Denominator you already have. 4 times 1 is 4. That means the missing number is 4. Okay, we are done with the test. So we're working on grade 5 maths. The chapter we're working on is multiply fractions, and the lessons we have covered today are multiply fractions by whole numbers using model, multiply fractions by whole numbers set 2, multiply fractions and whole numbers sorting, and the one we just did is multiples of fractions. So please make sure before the next session you have to complete all the test questions for the lessons we did today. So if you need more help with any of the lesson, you can contact any tutor on the Skype. They are available from Monday to Friday, 5 to 9. So that's all for today. If you have any question, you can ask. Okay, that's all for today. See you in the next session. Bye, everyone.